A drunk driver killed her, but her family doesn't want her death to be in vain. Annie Rooney left behind family and friends who loved her, and they want her legacy to be tougher drunk driving laws in Ohio. Her smile radiated. Annie Rooney loved the outdoors. Her brother Walt says the time he spent with her while both were on the West Coast was memorable.
We love each other dearly.
It all ended for Annie July 4th last year. A drunk driver killed her as she was driving home from borrowing a bike after someone stole hers. Her family, made up of doctors and attorneys like her, soon became lobbyists.
Talking about this over and over to legislators and trying to persuade them how serious it is. It's not easy for our family. We don't like to do it. It's not fun for us.
The car was virtually crushed on her.
Rooney's parents, Carol and Richard Rooney, and brother Walt have spent months in Columbus lobbying for House Bill 469, Annie's law that would, in part, require ignition interlocking systems for first-time OVI offenders.
There are only 2,400 ignition interlocks in the state of Ohio right now, and there were 24,000 arrests last year.
The locks work like a breathalyzer test. OVI offenders would have to blow in them to prove their sobriety each time before starting their car. Walt Rooney says prevention is the key to keeping drunk drivers off the road.
If somebody gets a DUI, this is not the first time they've driven drunk.
I understand the intent of it. I just think the practical reality of it is that it's overbroad.
Doug Riddell specializes in OVI defense and says the technology is sometimes glitchy and they're already being used effectively in Ohio.
Interlock devices are being used. They're being used for multiple offenders.
Rooney says even though similar legislation has twice failed to become law, he hopes Annie's story will ensure it gets enough votes to change the law and save lives. Mothers Against Drunk Driving says more than 30 states already have laws that require the interlock devices for first-time offenders. Ohio requires it for those convicted twice of OVI. House Bill 469 is in the Judiciary Committee right now.